while Steve Bannon is out there arguing that guns don't kill people and even people don't kill people, it's just the drugs that kill people. There are other right-wing voices that seem to have drawn not just the wrong lesson from the events of this weekend, but like the exact opposite lesson. So we all understand that this guy appeared to have a problem specifically with the Mormon Church or Mormon people. And there are some people in the killer's life that indicated that he was sort of ranting about Mormons and even perhaps believed that the Mormon Church was a cult, which some radicals believe. That's how they talk about it. Interestingly, the day after the shooting, on the Charlie Kirk Show, they had a pastor on who's explicitly anti-Mormon and has himself used, I would say, extreme and radicalizing language about the Mormon Church. He has himself called it a cult. And I don't understand, like, did you already have this guy booked on the show? Which would itself be weird. Why is this guy on the show when that's what he's known for? Or did you go out and get a guy that seems to ideologically align with the early understanding that we have of the guy who shot it up, who's now going to echo the sort of language that we think maybe the killer said? And of course, nothing's gonna happen. I mean, it's not Jimmy Kimmel. We can't expect them to take what he says seriously. We can't expect there to be standards for this show, but it's just strange that, like, as the right is trying to craft this narrative, on the Charlie Kirk Show itself, they're going to choose to do this, Nina. That seems very strange to me.
It is. I mean, this stuff, it's just rotten. It's just cruel, John. And it seems like for some of these people, especially the people in the leadership positions who are responsible, and I'm not talking about necessarily just elected leaders, but people like Steve Bannon and others, they could be putting out different messages, John, if they wanted to. But they don't want to. And I'm hoping that there's some people, even within the MAGA base, that picks up on this, that they're being used as pawns in a cruel scheme that gets a lot of people hurt and some people killed. So they, again, don't let the truth get in the way of a good story. They don't want to own this stuff. And your question, John, about why is it more likely than not that it is an AR-15? That is a seminal question. Yeah. That we should be asking ourselves in this country when it comes to these types of shootings. And then also, this white on white crime, John. I mean, we have to do something.
No,
we got to do
Nina,
something about white on white crime.
It's only relevant if they're not white. It's only relevant.
Got to do something about it. I care about white on white crime, and I want it to stop.
Yeah, and
you know, I'm being sarcastic here. I want our viewers to know, any killings like this. But I'm saying this because they like to pin the whole notion of black on black crime. Most violent crime is interracial, but again, never let the truth get in the way of a good story. If they really care, John, if they really, really care, they would be comporting themselves differently, but they really don't care. This is just a political football for them, and they're using the lives of both these shooters who obviously have some problems. Yeah. And also the people who are impacted by this as pawns. Until I see differently, that's how I see it today. I hope it changes.
Yeah. By the way, I thought we were like counting up the gender identity and sexual orientation of all these killers. It seems like sometimes we don't, though. It seems like if they're cis or if they're straight, it's for some reason we don't. I don't know why that is.
It's funny.
By the way, I want to apologize because I forgot. I think possibly the most insane part of the Charlie Kirk Show having that guy on. That's my mistake. I'm not being sarcastic this time. I literally forgot. So in addition to that guy, Mark Driscoll, saying things like Mormonism is a cult in a YouTube video earlier this year, saying it's not a Christian denomination, but it's trying to reposition itself as a Christian denomination. And it is not a Christian denomination. It is a cult. It is deceptive. I forgot that it had also been pointed out on Twitter earlier this year by Patriot Takes that he had at one point suggested burning the Book of Mormon during a flamethrower giveaway. And when he was called out on that, he retweeted that saying text flame to, I don't know what that number is. The guy drove, not that guy, the killer drove his car and set it on fire. He tried to burn down a Mormon church and presumably the Books of Mormon within it. He tried to burn that down. And that's who the Charlie Kirk Show decided to have on. But again, it's not a late night comedy show, so we don't have any expectations of ethics or journalistic responsibility.
Yeah, they won't be canceled. And John, did I hear you correctly? Did you say a flame throwing?
Yeah.
Contest? Is that?
Yep, to give away a flamethrower.
Wow.
Like pastors do. Church is different than when I was a kid. It seems like.
Me too, John. I mean, I listen, I had no idea. And so this doesn't make it to the terrorist watch list.
Nope.
Okay.
Nope. I guess he would say, oh, I'm just suggesting you buy a Book of Mormon on Amazon and then burn your own private Book of Mormon. Don't actually burn down a church or anything.